Oh, what's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. Um, Booker G. Lewis, and I want to comment a little bit on what's going on right now. Um, I don't want to say things that's already been said. I'm disgusted. I'm appalled. I'm hurt because those are obvious. What I do want to focus on is now what? We're protesting in the streets in the hopes of what? Out of those groups that we have that are protesting, which one of those groups has a meeting set up with the mayor, has a meeting set up with the chief of police, has a meeting set up to say, hey, we're protesting. This is going to happen until something is done. Now, there are a lot of people at Ground Zero that are speaking on behalf of African Americans, on behalf of Black people. I don't think we're speaking with one voice right now. And I'm going to say some things that's probably going to piss some people off, but so be it. In the 60s, we marched. And in the 60s, we had unity. Why? Because we had a central focus point that we all united, which was the Black church. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some churches out there. I'm pretty sure there are some church members out there. But I have yet to hear from the Black church. I have yet to hear from churches in general stepping forward saying, hey, man, this got to stop. And we want to meet with the mayor, the governor, state senators, congressmen. We want to meet with the chief of police, the sheriff, to ensure that this doesn't happen again tomorrow. Because this is what I talk to people and they say they're most afraid of. That not that this happened, but it's happening and it's going to continue to happen. So what as individuals can we do? I think that's something that a lot of people want to know. You can write your congressman, you can write your state senator, you can call your pastor and say, Pastor, when are we going to go out there and protest? Or when are you going to, instead of preaching this week, let's talk about what we need to do to heal as a community. And what we need is several things, right? I'm trying not to be all over the place, but what we need are several things. So what people want is very simple. They want the justice system to work for law enforcement the same way that it does for civilians. If a person is seen on video, what looks like committing a crime, he is arrested, fingerprinted, and is given a bail and given the opportunity to bail out or go to court. Wait until he goes to court in jail. What is taking so long for that process to unfold? This lends to the frustrations of people. There doesn't seem to be the sense of urgency that normally is impacted in law enforcement. And there should be, because somebody lost their life. There should be a sense of urgency. But that's not even where I want to head with this. What do we do now, right? Once everything is torn up and burned down, because once you're done marching, once you're done, saying I can't breathe on the state capitol, once you're done blocking traffic, once you're done breaking windows, once you're done doing all of this stuff, what are your actions going to do to demand change? Is anybody in this group demanding to sit down with the people who have the ability to give you exactly what you want right now? Now, I've emailed National Action Network. I've emailed some of these organizations don't even allow you to really email them. You have to call them and leave voicemails. Rainbow Coalition and NAACP, to ask, where are you guys right now? Because there needs to be leadership. There's no leadership. And any pain without leadership is going to render chaos. You have to have leadership. Now, don't get me wrong. Tamika Mallory on Ground Zero, she's there. That is a leader, right? But what are we talking about as a whole, as what we want moving forward so that this situation doesn't happen again? That I don't hear. Are we talking about instituting federal laws where, abuse under the color of authority becomes a federal law that can be rendered by a prosecutor, a state prosecutor, or a federal prosecutor? Are we talking about changing the way internal affairs is run? How can you expect me to investigate someone and we both have the same boss? Our futures are attached to the same boss. So if this boss decides that he don't want his business in the street, I cannot do my job. So why is internal affairs a local run organization? It shouldn't be. It should be something that's run by the state. It should be something that's run by the federal government. Are we talking about getting clear definitions and guidelines on what is the difference between resistive and combative? How much force is demanded for resistive? How much force is demanded for combative? If a person's resistive, do we put them on their face? Do we kneel on their neck? We're not asked. I don't see any of that being asked for, or not asked for, demanded that we have this. Not to mention, it's very easy to just come out and condone when something is, or not condone something when it's wrong. And it's wrong, you don't condone it. And when will we see people in positions of authority not condone it? Now, we're seeing it in some places. We're seeing law enforcement, which is incredible, step forward and say, hey, I'm with you guys. I saw Governor Cuomo in New York State say, I'm with the protesters. This is wrong, right? But what will it take? Because I'm going to end this in about a minute. So we have an election coming up. And I'm a firm believer that it doesn't take one approach to solve this problem. It takes several approaches. Problem right now that I'm seeing, which really annoys me, is I'm seeing Black people argue with each other about which approach is the best. Take your approach and stop arguing with each other. Maybe you'll learn something from each other if you can learn to listen to each other. Just because you don't agree doesn't mean you need to fight with each other. This is a time for unity more than anything else. And when I talk about unity, let's talk about this election that we have coming up. Now, you have a lot of people that have kind of thrown Vice President Biden down my throat and said, he is the guy you need to vote for. We need to vote for him. We need to vote for him. We need to vote for him. I would like to hear Vice President Biden go public and tell the Black community, as president, what he is going to do, what he is pledging to do in his first year in office to make sure this doesn't happen again. That's what I would like to see. And for all of you that blindly support, that is your choice. But I'm going to tell you something. I am sick and tired of casting my ballot for people who take my ballot for granted. You will go public and you will tell me what you will do for me and my community and what you will do for the rest of the U.S. Or you will lose votes like you did 4 years ago. Now, before I go, I'm going to say this. There has to be a plan of action. Everybody needs to get involved. And you hope that it will be peaceful and that nobody else will get hurt. That is the goal. But stop getting mad and judging people for being hurt and being upset. Is people tearing things up? Are they looting? Is that wrong? Absolutely. But I don't get to tell a person who's hurt how to deal with their pain, how to deal with their frustration. I don't get to do that. So with that being said, I'm going to end that here because this is over 10 minutes. I didn't even want to go this long. The only way this stops is if Americans stop it. If the flag we believe in, if the colors that we represent, if the national anthem that we listen to and sing, if the history that we read, if we believe in that, then you can never condone somebody who is defenseless life being taken. And to me, that's what a real American hero is. So with that being said, this is G. Lewis. I got a lot more to say, but I'll say it later.